Ladies and gentlemen, episodes 2 and 3 have dropped and aired, and we have soaked them up, we have absorbed them, and we have extracted a beautiful nectar out of them. We are low-key gonna talk about Loki episodes 2 and 3 on Disney Plus. Travis, my man, how much did you like these last two episodes? And they fit together like a beautiful wine pairing and a delicate, stinky ass cheese.
I know. I do love me some stinky cheese, like a nice little Gouda, a nice fresh Gouda.
Don't sleep on the Gouda.
It's really really good. So I really liked episode 2 and 3. I don't think they have given us that real kick in the teeth moment of like what is happening. What is happening with this? No, real quick, we're gonna be spoilery on this, right? Like we're gonna talk some story points. So
Spoils.
if you
Galore.
we're really late on posting these. So if you haven't watched episodes 2 and 3 yet, you deserve to be spoiled. Sorry.
Yeah, what's wrong with you? You're like us, procrastinating and not recording about watching the shows. Come on. Don't be us.
Don't be a dick. Let's go. So anyway, episode 2 and 3, really liked them. Jumping in with 2, I thought it was getting more of that time hopping and everything like that. I kind of thought this show, when they were discussing like the time hopping, I never really thought about the fact that we would be going into the future very much. I always thought about us going into the past. And for
Marvel
us to, like,
Universe, MCU making Alabama relevant, huh?
yeah, right.
Look
Like
at this.
to go to 27. If you would have told me that this show would have taken us to 2077 Alabama, I would have called you an outright liar. Like that just makes no sense, right? Like it makes no sense. But it would. We
No
went
offense
there,
to anybody
and
in Alabama.
it was get out now, get out. I thought it was great. Like I think what Owen Wilson and Tom Hiddleston continue to do is really great work. It sucks that we're only going to get them for 5 or 6 episodes together. But I like it. I think the show is more of a continuous character story and MCU lore building thing than it is more about like an actual like comic book type story. Like we're not.
Yeah,
we're
we've
not
already talked
getting-
about that. This is not a storyline at all. This is all strictly new MCU content.
right.
It's just,
yeah,
it's
like,
just people and variations of stuff that have happened, but none of this is like, oh, hey, this came from the Infinity Wars or this came from Secret Invasion. This is Loki MCU. This is
Yeah.
original.
It's weird.
content.
Like it's well, like to get a little deeper on it. Like I thought that episode 1 of Loki was one of the best first episodes that we got of any of these Disney Plus shows. And I think that episode 2 and 3 has been like a steady stream of entertainment, and we haven't had like really like great ebbs and flows. Maybe not until like the very last 5 minutes of episode 3 when you get that big awesome one shot and everything. But in episode 2, we got like we get Lady Loki, aka Sylvie, who is
AKA possibly Enchantress.
possibly maybe
know.
I think it seems to be like a melding of Lady Loki and Enchantress, and kind of making a brand new character. But I like where they're going with the storyline. I like what she is doing and seeming like, so the whole time we're thinking of this multiverse of madness that we're leading up to with Doctor Strange 2 and with Spider-Man, that we think it's like going to be Wanda that's causing it, but I think it seems obvious that the
Stuff is
destruction
already
of the
in
multiverse
motion.
is all going to happen throughout this show. And then Sylvie was the one who kind of caused that when she released 42 bombs into the multiple time into the one timeline to create the multiverse
All these
itself and
divergent
everything like
timelines.
that. Yeah.
Yes.
So I like where that storyline's going. Hopefully it just doesn't get retconned by the end. I like that she's kind of the cause of it. I'm very interested in her as a character, about what I really want to know what her like what's driving her, like why is she
We're gonna
doing
get
this?
that episode.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure episode 4 is gonna really
Yeah,
hit that mark for us and give us the backstory.
Yeah. But if I have a criticism as I'm going in through, like I said, it's kind of like that. There's no ebb and flow. It's just kind of like it's steady pace, and I don't feel like. And honestly, I feel it's that way because of like Tom Hiddleston. Like I don't think he's doing a bad job. I just don't think Loki as a character is being written into like an interesting storyline. I think everything around him is interesting. I think Loki needs like a little bit of a narrative pick me up. It's like of all the stuff that is interesting, I think Loki's the least interesting. He's got great lines and great clips, but like I don't think
this is
anything is
where,
happening with him as a character.
like a new timeline, this is where I'm going to diverge from you. I believe that I love having everything around him be more interesting than the God of Mischief. I
Sure.
think that everything just being completely kind of out of whack, unknown, it is totally at the behest of whatever. And he doesn't know how to react, but he is seeing himself in these schemes. He is seeing where he can take advantage of. Like we mentioned about the first episode, he's going to Loki the situation. And just to see him go forward, come back, play his part, move aside, lateral movement, parry it. He's moving around and doing a dance like Loki always does and all these things. I really enjoy seeing this because the world is so crazy and there are so many things happening that he is the anchor bringing us back in every time. And I really enjoy this. And I think that I'm personally excited because there's so many, once again, like with WandaVision, what is really happening? There is so much mystery that, we're building up towards. So I'm fine with this, as you say, plateau, because I don't see it on this kind of a plane. I see it at this kind of a plane, like a roller coaster. We're going up.
Time works differently on the show. Did you know that?
Time work differently on this show. Exactly. And I am super excited because they are bringing a lot of things forward. And I mean, just to come and find out what the TVA really is made of, what is the truth behind all these characters. Because like they said, Loki was led to believe that the TVA has always been there and these people are just a part of it. Come to find out that no, these people have their past lives and they're brought there. Once again, time works differently here. So
Right.
all this
And
stuff is
also-
going to be uncovered, and we're going to have a beautiful little puzzle that just unfolds right in front of us, and the big picture is going to be made.
Yeah, I'm definitely really interested in the fact that the TVA episode 3 painted the TVA in a very, very different light, as they're not as good as they say they are. They are supposed to be order, but they're definitely more along the lines of fascism. Like it's their way or the highway, and no one else can say or tell them what to do because they're the ones in power, and they're the ones who want to keep themselves in power. So Sylvie, and they really cut her on a dime because like in episode 2 she is clearly a villain, or maybe even the villain, and in episode 3 we realize that she's actually probably the heroine in this in the center of this entire
MCU
thing,
is known to do.
as they are wont to do, for sure. So I mean, overall I like where it's at. And then of course episode 3 really, really led into I think easily the most action packed and most interesting scene where
That moon collapsing into the planet is ridiculous.
it's just it was awesome. And them doing that it wasn't really a one shot because they used some camera trickery to splice up 6 or 7 different shots and everything, but it was filmed to be one shot of them trying to run through the entire calamity of this planet dying and being destroyed to try to make it to that ship to escape. That was an exhilarating and really, really fun sequence to watch. It was once it was done I immediately watched it over because I'm like, holy shit, I need to see that again. I need to see that again. It was just really, really well done, and I really wanted to see where they did all the cuts because I knew that they didn't do it all in one shot. So but it was cool. It was kind of like a nice little nod to Marvel TV as well, because when we were watching it, Melissa was
Daredevil.
like, it's good to finally see an MCU TV show do the one shot, because the network shows had the one shots. Like that was their claim to fame, was like these, especially Daredevil, but the other shows did the one shots as well. But Daredevil was the one who,
the jail scene was ridiculous.
fucking amazing, right? Like so it's really, really great. Bringing up the Netflix shows, I will say that I am a little bit sad that it seems that MCU is somewhat disowning all the other Marvel TV show properties. It seems like they can still own it up and say they're multiverse storylines and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, there's rumors that we're gonna have that Matt Murdock's gonna be in Spider-Man. It's not confirmed, but there are rumors. Like, are they gonna have him, the character, in there? And
I'm
like,
100% banking that he is going to be there. Charlie Cox is going to be there as Matt Murdock as Daredevil.
Okay.
I will bet any one of my testes that
You
he's
think
going
he's
to be in the MCU.
Do you think he's there? Okay.
Testes on the line right here. You can take
just-
it down with a rusty spoon.
Yeah, I just feel like they're disowning the Netflix shows. I feel like they're disowning Agents of Shield, which I mean I watched just like the first 3 seasons and really enjoyed it, and just kind of, I petered off just because life, other shows, and everything, and also it's hard to get into a
I watched
24
all
episode.
of Agents of Shield.
Yeah, and I liked what I saw. I really enjoyed Agents of Shield. I need to go back and
That
finish it.
doesn't seem to really matter in this universe, though,
It does not seem to matter. It
anymore.
doesn't
There
seem
was
to
there
matter.
was a time where it was like okay, and then they kind of like
And you can't say Agents of Shield's like a multiverse story because like it directly tied into Winter Soldier. Like when the Soldier stuff happened, it changed
Colston,
the entire show. It changed the entire show of Agents of Shield. So don't act like it didn't matter or the plan was it wasn't supposed to matter in the end. Like it was supposed to matter and now it doesn't, and it's very, very obvious. So I wish they would tie that back in or at least give a nod or an explanation to it and everything. But overall, I like Loki. I think the first 3 episodes have been good. We have the next episode 4, comes out tonight at midnight, which there's no way in hell that I'm going to stay up for that. So we're going to look at it mañana. And I am pretty pumped for it. Any parting words for the God of Mischief and his television program?
as we have said, if you have not watched episodes 1, 2, and 3, definitely hop on Disney Plus, give them a look, pirate them. We don't care. Make sure you watch it and get out there and like, subscribe, and share. You mischievous scamps, you.